What's going on, guys? Today is September 8th, 2024. It's 8:39 p.m. Need to go to bed 40 minutes ago. Great. And it's episode 325. So I've gotten a little bit more organized the more the show goes on. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've got this sheet I printed out. Already talked about it, but we just got the episode number. I write that in, and then the date, and I write that in. I got a little smart today, though, because I thought, why the hell wouldn't I just know which episode I'm on and then type that in, so that way when I print it, I just have to look at the paper and know immediately what day it is and what episode I'm on. So I made that, and after this piece of paper is used up, so 336, that's when I'll start using that. So a little improvements here and there. I think it improves the quality. I don't know if quality is the right word. It improves the speed, maybe efficiency, because I'm not just losing my train of thought as much. I don't know. So that's that. That's just that thought that I had. So, yeah. So I think from now on, I'm just going to dive right in. I'm not going to try to transition and be like, okay, next thing on the list. I'm just going to keep talking. So anyway, today I realized that Motion, that calendar app that I've been using, actually, where the hell did it go? I've been using that, and I believe that the payment for that came out today. I'm gonna actually double check that today because I was looking at the billing. Let's go right now. Let's just go right now. So we go to billing. Where's that at? Billing. There it is. Billing. So $34 a month, or it's $19 if I switch to the annual billing, which I don't want to spend $200 today. So looks like invoices. Let's see. Should have came out today. 34 came out. Yeah, it was charged today. I wasn't necessarily trying to pay for that today, but my 7-day free trial is up, and I think I just need to roll with it because I'm looking at my calendar. So I spent a good chunk. This is what I'm just going to transition into this whole thing. I'm going to put it in one topic. So I put over the course of the last little bit of time. Nice. I was just thinking of things that I could put into the calendar that would be of benefits. And I've talked about this before, but I just came across when I was first using the calendar app, when I was running a test trial, whatever the fuck. The first time I couldn't think of a lot of things that it would be beneficial for me to put in there. Sorry, I couldn't think of things to put in there to make the app beneficial for me. But every time I thought of something that I'd like to have on a calendar that would be beneficial for me, I just wrote it in my notes app. And over the course of time, I came across, I thought of about 20 different things that I could put into the calendar. And especially now that I've decided that Fridays are the days for content and podcast and the video podcast and stuff like that, I put all that in there. So my Fridays, they go like this. And it's pretty cool because I can see time frame. I can see it. It's right there in front of me. It's so cool, man. So I wake up. So this is the days that I work. So I wake up at 4 o'clock. First thing I do is weigh in because I weigh myself every day. If you're listening now, if you haven't checked out my most recent Instagram post, it's about weighing yourself every day and how it's similar to being out at sea, but only checking your compass here and there. If you want to get to your destination, you're going to want to make sure that you're going which way you're trying to go. The example I used is north, so you're going to want to make sure you're going north the entire time. So I thought that was a really good analogy. I'm proud of that one, So that's that. So first thing I do is weigh in. Then I work from 5 a.m. to, oh, that's not right. I got to switch this up. From 5 a.m. to 1:15. What the hell? Why did it? I'm curious why this did this incorrectly. Hold on. We're going to edit this right now. So at 9 hours. No, it's 8 hours. Not 9 hours. 8 hours. Starting then. Did I fix it? Oh, man, dude. No chunks. Here we go. What the hell is going on, man? From 8 to 1? Oh, I'm a silly goose. Hold on. 8 hours, 30 minutes. Because we got lunch in there. It wasn't, there we go. So we should be good now. Holy shit. Don't want that. Hold on, guys. Sorry. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. Wake up, weigh in, go to work 5 a.m. to 1:30. This is on my short days. From 1:30 to 3, I'll hit the gym. And then everything after this, it can be at whatever time I want. It's just showing the time blocks and the time chunks of how long it will take me to do each task. So we have record this podcast, which is about 30 minutes. Record the video podcast, which should take an hour. Clip and save 5 to 10 podcast clips from that. So edit, splice, and save the podcast. See, these are out of order. I don't know. I don't think it's important that they're out of order. I think it's important that they're on the calendar. So in the order that I would do it would be record video podcast. Let's see, record video podcast, and then edit, splice, and save the podcast, because I'll be editing it and making sure that that one's better. And then from there, clip and save 5 to 10 podcast clips for social media. And then from there, make Twitter posts, 5 to 10 of those. And then from there, create 5 to 10 regular posts or testimonials or whatever. All this takes an hour, except the edit, splicing, and saving, because that takes the most amount of time. It's 2 hours. So all this puts me, and then write captions. So it should take me about 2 hours-ish. And I don't know if it will. I mean, I've only done this once, and I paid a lot of ignorance tax because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So we're learning, but all said and done, that would be 2 hours as well. So at the end of the day, we're looking at about 11:30 p.m. night time. So that's cool. Everything I just said is on my calendar. I can see on the calendar what times I'm working on what things. So, I mean, I think that is going to be one of the most important things for me right now, is having that structure and being organized. So I put all that in there, and I've got a whole bunch of things. So I can click on this other tab, I can go to projects, and I can see every single thing I've got coming up in the next month, the next 30 days, every single thing that's coming up, which is so cool. So I also was able to put things in there so far in advance, the milestone episodes for the show. So the next milestone show will be October 10th. So we're coming up on that, about a month away. Then January 28th, and then April 29th, and then July 29th, because that's a 2-year anniversary of when I started 75 Hard, which ultimately changed my entire life. So the milestone shows will not be from when I started the podcast, they'll be from when I got my shit together. So pretty cool. So I've got everything on here, man. This is what I've got on here. I'm going to read everything. So here we go. So we got my short days at work. I got the bed podcast, got the weigh-in every morning. I've got bills for my car, bills for rent, budget checks every week. So I just make sure that my finances match my bank account and my Excel sheets and shit like that. When to order my food, when to choose the food that I order from my meal prep service, when the garbage goes out, when the recycle bin goes out, what time I'm hitting the gym. Got to pay my utilities, record video podcasts, edit, splice, and save podcasts, clip and save podcast clips, Twitter posts, write captions for all podcasts, or for all posts created, create 5 to 10 regular posts, body measurements. So that's once a week on Sundays. Take a progress photo once a week on Sundays. Laundry, it's on Wednesdays because that's my life day, if you want to call it that. Haircut once a month on the last Wednesday of every month. Grocery shop on Wednesday. And then every other Wednesday, it's payday. This is not a task, it's just a reminder. And that's what I've got on the calendar so far. So there's a lot of things. For example, I don't quite know how to put on there because how I'm working on things, I don't know when those are happening or how, so that's just going to be kind of hit and miss however I go about whatever I'm doing. So I don't know, man. I'm just, whatever. But yeah, so that's a long way of saying that, I pay for this software now. So I'm going to give it a fair shot. I'm going to use this. And if it's beneficial for me, then I'll keep using it. If not, then I'll just unsubscribe. I think it's, $34 a month. So if I value my time at $30 an hour, which is so low, I'm paying an hour of my time to have this great tool and this organization and stuff. So the cool thing about this, and I've already talked about it, I'm going to shut up after this, but I've got a widget on my phone and it has a calendar and it's got about 3 rows because I cut the widget in half. I've also got the app on my phone where I can see on a day to day what's going on. So that's cool. Just, it's only going to be beneficial if I see the calendar and look at the calendar. So I'm going to try to get in the habit of looking at this first thing in the morning and then maybe midday and then after when I'm going to sleep, just to look at it. I mean, I'm not talking, do a deep look and look at every single thing, but just glance at it. Could take 30 seconds, could take 2 minutes. But to remain organized and to, because the reason why last Friday was such a success was because I knew exactly what I had to do that day. I had the numbers that I needed to hit. I had all the podcast clips I wanted to make. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I had an idea of how long it was going to take. And even though I didn't get everything I wanted to done, it was still such a success. So I'm kind of taking that and running with it as structure and routine and having a 90% idea of, I don't even know if that makes sense, of what's going on, when it's happening, how long it's going to take roughly. I think it's great. And it's only going to get more accurate with time, because when I do this again this Friday, let's go to today. So when I do this again on the 13th, I don't work on Friday. So I can wake up and all this would start at 8 a.m., not 3 p.m. And so when all this is done, it's going to be 6:15 according to this. From 6:15 on, I don't got shit going on, man. So that's more room to fill up with other tasks that I can do and things that are more productive for me than sitting on my ass. So I don't know. Done talking about it. I'm sure that I've talked about it so much. Any active listener right now, I apologize. It's just some cool shit, man. But uses AI and stuff to reschedule. So just cool stuff. So anyway, moving on. So today I've been feeling, I don't know, man, just really discouraged. And the reason for that is because I just entered the whole social media game, I entered the whole realm of making content again, put myself out there, trying to pose as some authoritative figure as far as fitness goes and mindset and all this stuff. And I just, man, you feel like such an imposter, even though I have 11 years training experience and I know a lot about fitness and nutrition and stuff like that. When it comes time to put myself out there as some kind of public figure to help others, I just feel a sense of, I feel in my head, I'm like, dude, am I good enough for this? Do I have what it takes? Who's going to want to train with me? Who's going to look at me and be like, yeah, we're going to train with that guy? I don't know. I just get so discouraged because, and the purpose of the show is to be as vulnerable as I can, to share every thought, every detail, everything. So with that being said, just to preface what I'm about to say, I look at my little Instagram account now, just made a new account, and it's got 19 followers, and it's a lot of friends and family. There's not really anybody there's not one person on here that I don't know who they are in real life. Well, there's one, but that's a family friend, I guess. And just to put this on the record books, as of right now, so it's September 8th, 2024, we've got Nick, Johnny, okay, I'm just going to say first names. You guys will know who you are. We got Nick, John, Wyatt, Salem, Carly, my aunt, Joe. Shout out to fucking Joe, man. And then we've got my dad, we've got Mike, we've got Miley, we got my mom, we got Zach, we've got Lexi, she's hot as hell, and we've got me on my other account. We've got Breed Lions, we've got my cousin Ethan, we've got my aunt Shawnee, got cousin Jake, cousin Kendall, and then we got some family friend that I don't know who that is. So at the time of recording, that's who's following me, and I'm following all of them back. So I got 19 followers, got 10 posts. Today was my 10th day in a row posting, which is so crazy to think about, dude. I don't remember starting posting 10 days ago, but here we are 10 days later. Just weird shit to think about, because just more proof to just start, man. If I wouldn't have started, I wouldn't even be probably feeling this way. And I now see these types of situations, for me at least, as growth, because if I'm uncomfortable, or if I'm feeling like shit, or if there's growing pains, I now know and associate that with, okay, well, I must be on the right track, because if I wasn't making progress, I'd probably be comfortable and all right and happy and things are all right. But that's not where growth happens. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable and you're feeling all right. Growth happens when you're feeling like shit, you're uncomfortable, and you're second guessing everything, which is another thing I'm going to talk about. But yeah, so I mean, I posted a podcast clip. I'll play it right now. This is here. Curious, but not for. Hold on. But he steps on the scale once a week. Probably no more. If they do, it's, at the end of the night, they're just curious, but not for actual tracking purposes. It's just for, what am I at right now? I just had 5 cookies. Did I gain 20 pounds? And they base their progress off of that one instance of weighing themselves. Just once a week. You're letting that one number for the whole week dictate what you do moving forward. Weigh yourself every day. That's it. So that's a post I put on there. And if you look at the insights, I've got 1 save, which is for me, 4 comments, they're all for me, 6 likes. And this is, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So when I look at the likes, and yeah, I know it's stupid. God damn it. So you look at the likes. Okay. So we got 1 from Mike, 1 from Lexi, 1 from me, 2 from me actually, this account and the other account, 1 for Breed Lions, and then 1 from some spam account. They comment on your post. Send me this post. God damn. Instagram needs to not autoplay the shit. Shut the fuck up, dude. Okay, so I don't know, man. So I'm just being honest. So I look at that and I'm like, no one's seeing my post. No one's liking my shit. Am I even posting the right thing? Fuck, I got to do this again. People are going to be looking at me and thinking, oh my fuck, this guy's doing his thing again. And that's really what goes through my head. And then I'm like, dude, in the podcast clip, I don't look that big. The lighting is too dark. What am I doing? That's really what's going through my head. And then I think, dude, no one's going to see this and be like, yeah, I'm going to train with that guy. And it does help that I've done this in the past. I was worse off and I made $6,000 doing this. I helped people. I have testimonials around Google. I have 17 Google 5-star Google reviews. I've made money. I have screenshots of when I was paid on PayPal. I have these things. I have proof that I've done this. And it's good that I have this proof because it was during a time of my life where I had the worst attitude. I was so lazy and my work ethic was shit and I was in it for the wrong reasons. And the wrong reasons meaning I was just in it to make money. I didn't, I wanted to help people. That was always true. But the idea of making a shit ton of money and quitting my job and being the badass and the cool guy, that's what I wanted. Now I want to show people how to go from where I was at to where I'm at now, which is completely night and day. I don't know, man. I don't think I was depressed, but I was sad as fuck and discouraged all the time. I hate playing the victim card and shit like that, man, but I was just not a happy guy. I was just not doing anything to be happy. I wasn't trying to be happy. I just was living a very depressing life. So go figure I was unhappy. So a lot of people live lives like that. I know what it's like, so I can relate to that now. And if I can combine that into this whole program and help somebody go from feeling like a piece of shit to then being capable of doing great things and also being jacked and fit and lean and have great habits, and that's the goal. That's who I'm trying to, dude, I just want to help people, man. That's really it. Also want to make a shit ton of money. And also I find business and sales and marketing, branding, all that stuff. I find that very, very, very interesting now because it's a game. It's one big game. And I just want to be the best at this game that I can be. And, I don't view myself as competing with anybody else at the moment. But the truth is I absolutely am, because that's the other thing. That's what I was going to talk about. Being in social media again. With podcasting, I would say that it's a little different because there's not. Here's a perfect example. How many friends do you have? How many of those friends have social media? Probably all of them. How many of those friends have a podcast? If you're listening now, it's probably 1, and that's me. So you have 50 friends. They all have Instagram, so that's 50 people. How many of those 50 people have a podcast? Probably 0. So I view the podcasting realm in the world as in comparison to the social media world, a very small pool of people. And I wouldn't even say that this podcast is anything special. It's just daily documentation. In the future, it might be extremely valuable to look back on because nobody else is doing this, especially every single day flawlessly for 20 years straight. Shit, dude, we're almost, what is it? So this is 325, 326. Yeah, so 40 days from today is the year mark of not missing a single day recording a podcast. A lot of people can say that they've done 2 a week or 1 a week, 3 a week consistently for X amount of years. I haven't missed a day in 326 days, period. Every single day, I've sat in front of the mic or got my phone out, used the voice memos app, and I've just started going off. So nobody else is doing that. And if they are, I'd like to be in contact with them because that's some baller shit. So for real, if you guys find anybody else who's doing daily podcasts like this, documenting every day of whatever they're doing, that would be sick to link up with them. That's some cool shit, man. So anyway, I've been in the podcasting realm for a year now, almost. And I don't really see other people's shit. I just record a show and put it out there. I mean, for the first 100 episodes, I even forget this. I didn't tell anybody. Not one person on planet Earth knew that I had a podcast until I posted episode 100. It's just cool. It's cool to think about, but I've been in such a small pool of competition, so to speak, for a while. And now going into this is what I'm trying to say. Now going into the realm of social media, everybody has an Instagram account. Everybody has a Facebook account. And if you don't, you have at one point. And so now I'm in the fucking ocean. I'm just a little minnow swimming around. And I know, dude, I don't know. It's very intimidating is not the right word. It's very discouraging to be in the same ocean as, for example, people like Andy Frisella and super popular coaches who are killing it, who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month doing exactly what I'm doing. I don't think discouraging is the right word. I don't know what the right word is. I don't know. Not intimidated. I don't feel intimidated. I think it's just what's discouraging is that I'm at the very bottom of this Mount Everest and I can see people at the top. And I know that it took them years and years and years to get there. But here I am at the bottom of the mountain. I don't know. I don't really know how to put that into words. But yeah, I'm just discouraged a little bit, man. I'm questioning everything that I'm doing. I don't know. I spent 20 minutes on the shitter today trying to rework my Instagram bio because I know that the way that you phrase what it is that you do is it's critical because your Instagram account, your profile, your bio, your name, it's the first thing somebody sees when they click on your account. And if it doesn't resonate with them, they're out. That's it. So the goal is to hook them for them to read that and think, oh that's my problem. What's this guy doing? And then they go and look at your posts. And then from there, it's up to the posts to keep them there. But yeah, on the shitter, just reworking my Instagram bio using ChatGPT. I wrote, 3 different ideas and I put in there, I said, hey, rework these ideas. It's got to fit in an Instagram bio limit of 150 characters. Don't use that many emojis. Speak to this person with this goal, with this struggle, this person, blah, blah, blah. Give me 3 different examples. Let's see. And he gave me 3 examples and I said, okay, I like number 1. Use that as the template for how you write 3 more. And then I did it again and then I just got it down. This is what I got. I'm just going to share it with you. I don't really like it the more I look at it. So I don't know. Not really important because nobody's fucking looking at my page anyway. But it is the tool and the wrench, or the hammer and the wrench emoji, for ambitious men tired of being soft. Build strength, discipline, and confidence. Join a group of men like you committed to winning and leveling up. How I've been taught to write this in the past is I help blank person with blank problem without sacrificing or whatever blank thing that they like. But I'm just in a slightly different niche now. Not just fitness, it's more mental toughness and raising the standard for yourself. It's not just tracking macros and lifting weights. That's half of it. But so it's a little bit different because a lot of what I've been taught applies to fitness and nutrition, but the mental toughness and raising the personal standard and stuff like that, it's not something you see. And I think that's where I can kind of capitalize because, as they say, riches are in the niches. Which, if anybody doesn't know, it's just dialing into a very small group of people with one specific problem. So instead of being a generalist saying I help everybody lose weight or build muscle, I say, hey, I help pregnant moms in their 3rd trimester lose 20 pounds, lose 30, 40 pounds, build a plan to lose 30, 40 pounds after they give birth to whatever set of twins. Like, so goddamn specific. But that's where the riches are. I mean, here's a perfect example. If you had a heart problem and you needed heart surgery, are you going to the general practitioner down the road, or are you going to a cardiology, or whatever, Cardi B? You going to Cardi B, or are you going to the treadmill for cardio? Let's redo that. If you have a heart problem, you have to have surgery. Are you going to the heart surgeon, the specialized heart surgeon in the big hospital, or are you going down to the general practitioner who has no idea what he's doing? He helps everybody. We all know the answer to that one. So that's exactly what you need to do as far as selling a product or service. You got to sell, riches are in the niches. So that's what that means. So yeah, needless to say, discouraged because I'm now in the big blue ocean of competition and everybody doing everything. Everybody's got something going on that's better than what I've got going on. And hot take that goes against what I'm saying. So people say that comparison is the thief of joy, but dude, it's only a thief of joy if what you're comparing yourself to is further along than what you are. If I have a Lambo and I compare my Lambo to, I don't know, somebody who's driving a beater, I'm not going to be sad that I own a Lambo and that guy has a shittier car than me. It's only a thief of joy if what you're comparing to is more developed, more advanced, better, whatever than yours. And that's a very fair thing to say. And I don't think it's a thief of joy. I think the way that you interpret and what you get from the comparison, what it does for you, is the result that you get. The thief of joy would be, I would say, jealousy or feeling inadequate or whatever. But if that inspires you, then comparison is absolutely one of the greatest things you can do. If I look at Bob down the road who's got 20 clients, they're all $1,000 a month, that motherfucker's making some coin. That doesn't make me sad. That inspires the fuck out of me. Because if Bob down the road is doing it, or John, whatever I said, and if he's got 20 clients at $1,000 a month, that's fucking sick. I'm going to call up Bob and I'm going to say, hey man, that's sick as fuck. How do you do that? I'm not going to mope and just, mourn the loss of my own business because I can't do it. That would be the thief of joy, the thief of whatever. So therefore, comparison is not the thief of joy. Comparison is just the tool that you use to get the emotion that I guess you're trying to get. Do you want to be sad? You want to be depressed or whatever? I think with a lot of things, you choose that. Because you can see somebody doing better than you and you can be jealous and you can be upset and envious or whatever. Or you can look at that and be inspired and use that as fuel to level up. So, but anyway, now contradicting what I just said, I look at everybody else who's so further along and I'm like, God damn, dude, my shit's not good enough, But I know that it's just part of the game. It's now I got to pay $5 million in ignorance tax. I got to pay a lot of it with time. I got to pay a lot of it with, and I know I'll get better with time. And something that's, again, so reassuring for me is I just remind myself, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to throw in the towel. So all I have to do is just buckle up, just stay for the long haul. And eventually, inevitably, I will make it. I know that I will. And I know that it's just, time's got to take its course. I can do everything I can to make shit happen now. But as Andy Friselis says, you have to have aggressive patience, which is doing everything you can now as I guess as urgently as you can, but also being aware that no matter how hard and how fast you work now, some things just happen with time and you have to be patient with that. But that doesn't mean sit on your ass and wait for those things to happen. You have to do this shit now. So anyway, that's kind of the whole thing. Just kind of discouraged, man. And I don't know. I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that I see myself. I have podcasts and videos of myself. I don't fit the image that I feel like I should with what I'm trying to do. So I'm like, ooh, I'm not the guy that, or, I've had Lexi take some photos of me at the gym because I need some social media content. So bless her soul for doing that. And she's gotten some incredible photos. The photos themselves are great. However, I see me and I think, God damn, dude, skinny, white, don't look good. That's really what I think, man. And so it's discouraging because I see all these other guys who are just looking good, whatever. So that's honestly what I think. It's discouraging sometimes, but I'm not going to quit, and I know I won't. Kind of branded that into my own brain, I'm not a quitter. So as long as I keep that in mind, I'll be okay. Doesn't mean it doesn't suck sometimes, though. Just discouraging, man. It's like, God damn. Here we go. A lot of it is to do with the fact that I've done this in the past. And over the course of the entire coaching career that I've had, it was $6,000 that I made, $6,061 total. And I don't know, I just could have been better. Shit I was doing was, I don't know, I think in the past I was just embarrassed of what I was posting, what I was doing. I wasn't trying. But I don't know, man. it's just, as long as I don't quit, I mean, that's it. As long as I don't quit, as long as I don't stop, as long as I keep pushing hard like I am now, I will make it. It would be unreasonable for me to work this hard for the next 10 years and be in the same exact spot. So, yeah, I just got to get back on my bullshit, dude. I just got to get back to having a very strict everything. And that's my next point. I haven't been the most strict with my diet. I haven't been the most strict with my training. I've been doing everything here in my office, just working and podcasting and doing all this. So much so that I skipped the gym again yesterday, and my diet hasn't been the greatest. I mean, I'm still eating right now, which is past my feeding window. I'm still intermittent fasting. However, I just didn't plan accordingly to my schedule today or yesterday. And, I'm staying up late, which fucks up my sleep schedule, which is not good for sleep health. There's a lot of things that I could be doing a lot better, and I'm just simply not. And I see that. I recognize that as me feeling... I see that and recognize that, and that leaves me feeling like shit. And that led me to this thought. So, I'm in my garage. My grandpa gave me a toolbox of his, and it's got a lot of tools in there, and I just see them and I think of him. And I love that man to death. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, the first thought that came to my head was, I'm doing so much of my own shit that I'm passing up, some of the final times that I'll get to spend time with this guy. And he'll be alive for another 20 years, right? But, I don't want to go too in depth. It's, love you, Grandpa, if you're listening. I know you're not, but I love you. But, health is declining as you get older. I'll just leave it at that. And as far as him being alive, we got 20 years, right? 15, 20, I don't know. But how many more times do I get to see him in 15 to 20 years? For example, if you see someone once a year and they're going to be alive for the next 50 years, you don't have 50 years left with them. You have a month and a half, So I think about that stuff and I think, am I trading those days with loved ones and friends and family for these grind days where I feel like I'm not doing shit, and I feel good. I feel confident. I feel disciplined. I feel like, I think I said I'm not doing shit earlier. That's not what I meant. I guess what I meant was not doing shit with friends and family. I forgot what I just said 13 seconds ago. But, am I trading these times with friends and family for these days where I do feel good, but I don't get the quality time with loved ones or whatever. I don't get the memory or whatever you want to call it. Or do I sacrifice how I feel kind of discouraged and not on my A game all the time, and kind of feel unhappy with myself as a man and in life in general. But as a result, I have more time to go spend with friends and family. And that was the question that I thought of and what I was asking myself. And I didn't really give it an answer, but I mean, I guess I kind of did. And that for me, right now, the answer was, I'd rather miss out on other things to feel good and happy. I don't think happy is the right word. To feel good and fulfilled as a man with my purpose and my mission in life. And I think that's where you can call that a strength. You can call that a weakness. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a major strength and also a major weakness. So I guess it's nothing because it just equals out. So it's just nothing. But I think right now in my life at the moment, my ability to not give a fuck about things that people can't seem to not give a fuck about. So like a lot of people need to go see their mom 4 times a week and go hang out with their bestie every weekend. I could not give a fuck about that shit. I'm good with however many times, I don't know, once or twice a month for one person and only see 2 people a month. I'm cool with that. A lot of people are not. So I think that's a strength of mine. But the weakness, I think, that comes in after that is the fact that I don't have a lot of what those people have as memories or fun times or whatever, bonding experience. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. I don't have that. But I don't desire it. So is that really a loss for me? According to society, that's not good. And I should spend time with loved ones or whatever. And dude, I just think about stuff so differently now. It's like, why should I? According to what? For who? What about me? Does this take into account what I want? Or is it just what they want? If somebody wants to spend time with you, but you don't want to spend time with them, you're the dick. for not wanting to spend time with them, but reverse it. Why aren't they the dick for wanting to take your time away from you know? Just certain things are only bad in one way. And before someone's like, well, yeah, of course, murdering somebody is horrible, but not burning somebody is bad or is good. Why wouldn't it be opposite? It's, just fucking common sense, bro. Don't kill people. But anyway, I don't know. Here's a question I was asking myself. So I don't feel the greatest about myself now. So I think I just need to tighten up my schedule, the times that I do things, my diet, because I felt better. When I was running 75 Hard to Live Hard program, I've never been happier. I've never felt more fulfilled. I talk about it all the time. I would go to sleep tired as fuck, but I knew that I gave it my all that day. And that was such a good feeling. That was such a good feeling. Like I busted so much ass. I haven't felt that. I mean, ever since I got off the program, I just haven't really felt that. So I think it's just an indication that I need to get a stricter structure of routine going for me, because that's when I was feeling the greatest in life. So perhaps I just need to tighten that up. So anyway, that's that. Let's see. So here's we're done with the deep shit, I think. Let's make sure. Yep. So I updated my MacBook to the beta. And it's got this cool feature with voice memos now, and this sparked an idea for me. So there is audio transcriptions now in voice memos, and they're free. I don't got to pay for them. So this whole entire voice memo is transcribed into written text, and I can copy all of that and paste it into a document. And so my thought was, dude, that just adds to the value of this podcast. So what I can do now is make a whole separate document, give that public access so that anybody with that link can view it, and they can have access to the live transcriptions, and then they can use the wonderful shortcut known as CTRL+F to find all the keywords and see which episodes I'm talking about which things. And then it also allows me to categorize things much easier in the future. So I can CTRL+F and say supplement company. Every time that I say supplement company, look at that episode and kind of read around, make sure I'm not a one-off thing. And see how many times I say it, whatever. And then I can chalk it up and say, you know what, on this episode, that was the supplement company episode. I was talking about that first goal of mine. So I can then, I guess what I'm trying to say is it really just adds to the value of what my intent for this show is, which is to document everything. So if in the future somebody can see every word that I ever said, not have to listen to it and go through the things and find and listen, whatever, to find one thing that I said, they can CTRL+F and be like, how many times did he say fuck? And that, that's cool stuff to me, man. CTRL+F fuck. Oh, 10,659 results in the last 20 episodes. That's cool. How many times did I say Lexi? How many times did I say like or because it transcribes that. That's cool shit to me. So I think what I'll do from here on out, it's more shit I got to worry about. But I click this button. I'm going to click it right now. Hopefully nothing happened. It's that instant. Holy fuck, that's crazy. Whole thing transcribed right now. I clicked the button and it's done. What's going on, guys? Today is September 8th, 2024. It's 8:39 p. You need to go to bed. I mean, the transcription's, I guess, not that accurate. You need to go to bed 40 minutes ago. Great. And it's episode 325. So I've gotten a little bit more organized, and the more the show goes on, it's pretty cool. I mean, I've got the sheet I printed out already, talked about it, but we just got my episode number. I write that in, and then the date, and then I write that in. I got a little smart today, so then I thought, why the hell wouldn't I just, switch up the episode I'm on and then type that in the way that I printed? I just have to look at the paper and know immediately what date. And that's exactly how the show started, so kind of cool. But I'm watching it transcribe right now. Let's see something. Never mind. I was going to try to say an Italian sentence, but I don't know shit. I don't know. I was trying to think. But anyway, yeah, live transcription. So I just Control-A, so select all of it. Control-C, copy all of it. Go into a document, Control-V, paste it. So I think maybe that's what I'll do from here on out, just to add to the value of the show. I'll just make a public document. I'll link that in there, and all I have to do is just paste it in there. And then from here on out, the link will be in the show description. And then you can click on that and see every single word that I've ever said in the entirety of this show from here moving forward. So, yeah. And I think I can actually... I can't do it without going back, but I think I can transcribe all the old episodes. That's quite a task. But maybe I could commit to doing 1 or 2 of those per day so that within the next year they'll all be done. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking. I think it would be cool to have that, though. And I am going to do that, though. I'm going to have a document here, and it's going to be exactly that. It's going to be just me pasting all that stuff in there. So we can go back and Control F. Yeah, so that's the cool thing about technology, I guess. Let's go ahead and change the font so it looks nice. Let's go ahead and change the spacing so it looks nice. 1.5, looking nice. Yeah, it doesn't punctuate a lot of shit. I mean, it said that I said ANDNSE. It transcribed that I said that. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, it's just cool shit, so I think it's what I do. But the scary thing is I talk a lot. And so one transcription at size 12 font, let's see, 1.5 spacing, 1.5, for, let's actually see right now. Let's do this live. So right now we're at 41 minutes. 41 minutes long. So let's do this. Paste. There's 14 document pages of transcription for this one episode. 14 pages, man. I don't expect anybody to read all 14 pages per goddamn episode. But I think it just serves as being able to Control F. So I'll Control F. I type in fuck. I've said fuck 23 times this episode. What about I've said Oh, I guess it doesn't do that, huh? So I've said 3 times. I feel like I've said it more. How many times have I said you know? I've said you know 58 times. No way. I've said you know 58 times in this episode, man. No way. How many times have I said and so? 5. How many times have I said fitness? 4. How many times have I said mental? 2. How many times have I said shit? 38. How many times have I said damn? 6. Hell. 6. Bitch. 0. Cock. 0. Dick. 2. Lexi. 4. Nick. 2. Bob. 3. Comparison. 6. Yeah, so anyway, I just proved my point. This is fucking sick. We're going to do this from here on out. Should be pretty simple to do. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, well, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's the show. The show was really long. I don't want them to be this long. I want them to be much shorter, man. But, yeah. It'd be cool to Control F, see this after a year. How many times did I say fuck? Dude, if I said fuck now about 70-ish times in one episode. Wow, let's do this. Siri, what is 365 times 70? That's not going to say it out loud, but it's 25,550. My grandma would be proud as hell. Wow. And that's just on the podcast, dude. I probably say fuck 100,000 times a year. Wow. Okay, that's the show. I appreciate you guys listening. I'll talk to you next time I talk to you when I talk to you next. Bye.